Hello YouTube, I'm Armoury or Tom, and here we have my Christmas haul, sort of. Now, you will see me changing clothes through this video, because I got a lot of money rather than stuff for my Christmas. I will show you what I've got here now, but as I actually buy things with my money, I'll add them onto this video so you can, the final video you're seeing now will be everything I got for Christmas, including what I bought. So, we'll start off with the smaller things. Yeah. Right, this I got with money. I got this today in Toys R Us. I got Generations Starscream. He's pretty cool. I like him a lot. Seekers are cool. Simple transformation, but quick and fun. Looks like it doesn't in the game, so I'm happy. Yeah. I got these today. These are Waterstones gift cards. I have £40 for Waterstones, so that will be spent. You'll see what I spend that on at the end of this video. Now this I got actually on Christmas Day. I got Batman Arkham Origins for the PC. I got this thing of beauty. This is a PlayStation 4 controller, and it's amazing. Now I have a PS3 controller to compare it to. This isn't a controller review, I'll just show you. This is the old one, this is the new one. It's very different, as you can see, but it's similar, but there's a lot of changes. This is a lot nicer. I prefer the thumbsticks on this. I prefer the curved thumbsticks on here, but I prefer the resistance and how they feel on here. So when you push upwards it feels nicer and feels better than these do. But I prefer the curved rather than this weird shape. Your finger ends up on the edge a lot, which hurts after a while. But the controller itself feels nice. Doing this for hours feels a lot more comfortable than it did on this, because obviously my fingers aren't like that. You have to grab it a bit more loosely. You have to end up going like that, which I don't really like. So this is very, very nice. I'm very happy I got this. I got it with this, so I could play this, but there's other things as well. This is quite cool. I got a lot of chocolate. And this thing's awesome. It's actually just a really cool idea. Really simple, but it's a jar of chocolate. With loads of different types of chocolate, mostly Cadbury's. It's really simple, but it's really sort of charming. And tasty. So I like the fact that there's a bit of wrapping paper on top. Whoever did that, I know the person who made it. It's quite cool doing it. Really cool idea. Now for the best thing I got right now, and probably actually the coolest thing I've got out of this Christmas. And I got this from Toys R Us too. Most of you actually have this, I've seen. And Dave, I've spoken to you, SMS number 1, about this, for some help with it. Got this. Nothing. Sorry, it's my first ever masterpiece. I'm not actually keeping this, so it is a really nice box, but I don't have the room to keep boxes. But it's not actually in there, it's here. And it's my first ever masterpiece figure, and it is simply amazing. I actually really like the digital camo on it. A lot of people don't. I really, but the Frenzy Rumble one that was done ages ago looks a lot better, because it's got everything that's actually burning acid through it, but I'm not paying 300 quid for a masterpiece figure, I'm paying 40. 50. No, 40. You know, it was 40 or 50, it was there. It's like half the price it normally should be. And it's just really cool, and he's not properly transformed. That needs to be down, pushed. Just a second. There you go. One thing I really like is that is so customizable. Again, I will do a proper review of this guy, but I like the fact that I quite like to have the back flap open a little bit. I think it gives him a little bit more to him. Makes the back look less like kibble and more like technological pieces that have to be there for a reason. Which, yeah, I really like. This back flap's really interesting. Just there's absolutely no reason it had to be there. But obviously it's an air brake in vehicle mode. And I really like, this is my favourite Seeker pose. I always have Seekers in this pose if I can get them in it. With the one down there. And the fact that it comes with these, and it says Acid Storm. And the fact that, I don't know if this is how you're meant to store it. But there's a clip that comes with it to attach the Megatron gun to him. That comes with Soundwave and stuff. Soundwave? Yeah, Soundwave. But you can actually clip the little man into it. Because obviously he doesn't fit in this in vehicle mode. He would end up in there and he goes all inside the middle. Not good. But my favourite thing completely is that head sculpt. It looks really good in the paint. The green is really bright. There's no light piping. So nice. Light piping's good. But there's no light behind it. When I do this, look at that. The green is still there. We need light from the front. And I have it in my shelves. Actually, this guy goes over there. But this is probably the best thing I'm going to get. Now I'm hooked on masterpieces. Need more expensive things. I really want Thundercracker. Just Thundercracker's my favourite paint. So I want Sunstorm. Have they made a masterpiece Sunstorm? Because I now want the Rainmakers. Because there's absolutely no reason character-wise why I want them, but they just look really cool. I want all the Seekers because everyone does. Seeker. Just thinking about it, like the other toy I got today was a Seeker. That's one moment. I will see you right now. So, this is the this is about a week or so on from the last part, and I've spent those Waterstones gift cards, or most of them anyway. And with that, I got Avatar: The Last Airbender, that's Search Part 3. I have read this. I read this last night. It's really good. And seriously, if you are like a little bit into Avatar, see the Legend of Aang, Korra, it doesn't really. This one doesn't tie into Korra. This Promise does, but this doesn't. You need to read this. I mean, you probably know what the search is about. You need to read this. Really good, and also the art is amazing. Just like, for example, I can do this with any page. Look, if I just open a random page, boom. That's the same page again. The artwork is simply amazing. Then I got these. Now these I haven't read, for good reason. They are massive. I got Judge Dredd, the complete case files, volume 6. And guess what? I got 7 as well. I now have the first 7 volumes of Judge Dredd. I've only got like 13 to go. 14, maybe 15 now. Yeah, I've got a lot actually to do. But I will read them all. Although, you know, they come out fast and I read them. These ones are still in black and white, by the way, for all of you people who don't like black and white. I'm going to die in a hole. They're just so good. And they look really cool together when they're next to each other. They look even cooler when you have all 6, 7 of them together. Like, they take up most of the space in my shelf. So, I have ordered some more things, and you'll see them right now. And finally, now this isn't the last thing. I'm probably still going to get a few other little bits here and there, but this is the last big thing other than a few games on Steam, which actually I will go over quickly. I got Shadow Warrior, which is amazing. It's proper old school shooter goodness. Like, think Doom meets Quake meets Wolfenstein and Duke Nukem. Actually, along the lines of the jokes, go Duke Nukem. It's so good. You can slice people up and it's awesome. I got Brave New World for Civilization 5, which adds religion, it adds ideology, and it adds a lot of new civilizations. It adds a lot of really cool dynamics to it. Also nerfs the melee units quite a lot. Makes it a bit more playable, although I still can't win anything other than a military victory, and I even have trouble doing that. I got Batman, as I said. I got a few games here and there. I got like Poker Night 2, a few things like that, which is a sequel to Poker Night: The Inventory, which is a really funny crossover game with like Team Fortress and Portal and stuff. But this is the last thing. Now, this is quite obscure. This is a really nice comic, a graphic novel, trade, whatever. That I don't think many of you would have seen, but a lot of you will want as soon as I show it to you. Ready? Oh yeah. I got Thunderbirds, the comic collection, Jerry Anderson production. This is amazing. Every single piece of artwork, like even if you're not going to read it for the story, the artwork is amazing. And look at that. Thunderbird 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And just everything's explosive and impactful and painterly as well. There's just look at every page. I will turn to a random page and we'll find something good. Look at that. That's the specs page for Thunderbird 4. There's one for every Thunderbird in there. Let's go to this page. The jet of them flying off. There's always an explosion or a jet or something. So cool. One more. No, not proven wrong. There's another jet. Now, other than just a really nice artwork, oh wow, there's even a Tracy Island breakdown. One of my favourite things in here, if I can find it. I'll get to it in a minute. But the other thing I really like is it has a really unconventional page layout. For example, it's not just a square, 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 square. It's broken up in this really interesting way. And every page is like this, which is really cool and something you don't really see much. Now, really this would appeal to people who watched it. Especially me, because I watched it when I was really young. And I have most of these toys, the toys of these somewhere. If I can find them, I'm so going to get them. I have the big Thunderbird 1, 2, 3, and 4. I don't think they made a big Thunderbird 5. But if they did, I need it. Because that's going to be massive. Thunderbird 3 was about this big. So Thunderbird... Because 3, this section fits into 5's walkway. So Thunderbird 5 is going to be about this big. I'd own that. That'd be amazing. 2, 1. It must be near the back of the book. There's also at the back of this is a Lady Penelope stories. Penelope and Parker, which are quite funny. Very stereotypically British, and it's quite hilarious. But the thing I love about Thunderbirds in general is the fact that it's so 60s sci-fi. It's completely what we thought the future was going to be like. And it just so wasn't. But it's still really, really cool. Where is this thing? Basically, it had the launch sequences for all of the Thunderbirds. There it is. I'll show you these ones anyway. There is the launch sequence for Thunderbird 3 and Thunderbird 4. How it gets into Thunderbird 2 and dives, or has an emergency way to get off the island on its own. And it has this for every single one except 5. I don't think 5 has a launch sequence because once it's up in space, it's never coming down. I would really like to find them though. But this is just such a amazing book. This was £20. You all need to buy this because it's just different. Ah, they have construction of Thunderbird 5. They built it in space. It's very clever actually, because I wouldn't have thought for a 60s sci-fi they'd do that. This thing is just amazing. All of it. Buy it as an art book, if nothing else, because just look at it. And it's a really nicely made book. Something to have to be proud on your shelf. I need to see if they do a Captain Scarlet one. You have no idea how amazing that would be. Captain Scarlet. Maybe in a Joe 90 one. Stingray. I didn't really like Stingray. Thunderbirds was my favourite. I think I'd get more out of Captain Scarlet now because I'm older. Captain Scarlet's quite dark. I didn't even realise there were Martians in it until recently, till I started watching bits of them again. I kind of just watched it, oh look, colours. And remember the theme, everyone remembers Captain Scarlet theme. Joe 90 was cool, spy kind of thing. Actually, it's a bit like the Matrix, mixed with like Dollhouse or something. Just implanting stuff into your mind. Also, the chair he sits in is a lot like the thing that Iron Man puts his armour on in the 90s series. But yeah, this is amazing. This and this are probably the two best things I got this Christmas. I say probably they are. As a Storm and this. Amazing. I will have some other things. I'll probably mention them in future videos. Thank you for watching. If you've got any questions about this stuff, feel free to ask. I'm quite happy to recommend where to get them all. And one last thing, a big shout out to a channel called Beer and Comics. It's a guy who I've watched for a while when he did his gameplay stuff, and he started doing videos about comic books. It's pretty cool, and he is actually for apparently being quite new to comics, fairly, he's really good at analysing them. It's quite a surprise. I'm still not that good, but it took me a while to get a hang of comics. So yeah, I've put his link in the description. He's awesome. And I'll see you next time. I've got some ideas. Bye.